Yeah, well, I wonder if we can get some requests in there for him. $2 donations for lines.
All right. Let's get underway.
Cool.
Let's do this.
Let's get ready to start, guys. Places, people. What colours are we going, by the way?
So for the first match, the colours won't help you there because we're going with the team colours.
Great.
So we'll have Adelaide in orange and Sydney in a nice tealish, bluey, greeny, lovely thing there.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing our lineups here. So Adelaide going with their paint-heavy comp, Cozy, Bob Ghost, Biscuit, and Yoshiko.
And I think that's a great idea. Keep the shooters out, keep the paint flowing. Although it's great for Ladius to get some practice in, right? I think it's really important to win this. This is not just a warm-up match.
Definitely not. This is an important part of the game. Sydney also going with that heavy turf comp of Geo, Low 24/7, Skidder, and Xylem, also known as Kilometers. So
right.
A lot of paint's about to be spurted out all over this tentacle map.
These sweet, sweet valley of tentacles.
How do you make an octopus laugh?
How?
Oh no, sorry. How many tickles? Oh God, I've ruined this joke already. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
I don't know.
10 tickles.
Okay. Oh God, you ruined it from the
Oh
beginning.
yeah, I've absolutely cooked that joke. I apologise, but the important thing is we've got a game on our hands.
We hear the game bell, right? So there we go. That's enough for us to get started. All right, guys. The first game ready out. It's Turf War for our match against Sydney versus Adelaide. We've got a shooter comp coming out from the Revenge, and we have what we see as quite a standard comp. Still paint heavy from Sydney, no backliners, they've kept Nereza out. And we see straight away Geo and Skidder sticking together for this first push, and that's what I want to see for the rest of this game. Skio. No, it's Skio.
Skio.
Or
Their
or
Hollywood
Jitter.
couple name.
Yeah.
As Josh out with the early inkjet. Sydney already opening gate 1, so
Staying alive, it's more important to stay alive than it is to get turf, or it is to take players out.
yeah, you spend about 2.5 minutes feeling each other out, and then 30 seconds trying to win the game.
Yeah, that's right.
You see Yosh sort of protecting that second tentacle there, so looks like they've got some strategy about this.
Now, I love the colours of these maps. You can really tell. If only we could lock this for all the games. Because it's really easy to see which is the orange and that tealy colour for Sydney.
Yeah. I mean, on Thursday we talked about wishlist for Splatoon 3.
Right.
Getting to choose the colours of your team in private battles.
And a slightly better auto cam.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Make our job easier.
That's right.
And also inbuilt commentators.
Yeah. Basically, just do our job.
Do a job for us so we can watch.
So Sydney trying to take out this second tentacle, open gate 2. More of the map opens up for them, and if we take a quick look at the overhead, you can see it's still pretty even, but Sydney trying to take that ascendancy.
But they can put that pressure on now that barrier is down. And they just need, 2 picks down now, it's still 3v2. We're going to see them start pushing up a little bit further. But for some reason, Sydney still has all the turf. Skidder has just gone and done Skidder things, and the Tetras have taken out the backline, the support,
and this is
everything.
Exactly what we're talking about at the start of the game. We want to see Skidder be aggressive.
Who's dangerous.
Get those splats.
Yeah, when I think the power comes from a Tetra when they get their first kill, because they become invincible.
Yeah, your blood starts pumping and...
That's it. The white line fever really sets in. They've got nothing to lose because the quick respawn no longer works. They're just going hell for leather.
So as we come to the last 30 seconds of this one, let's take another look at that overhead map. Sydney's still in control, but it's pretty even, so splats are going to be huge in this last 30 seconds.
Biscuit's taken down there by Skidder's auto bomb. Skidder going in for the force, gets 2 down. Yoshiko down. Kozzy manages to trade.
And 2v2, so
holds the line that would have been all over for Adelaide if Kozzy didn't get that pick.
absolutely. It's very even. 10 seconds to go now. Kozzy, big splat.
OJ down. Kozzy
Almost
taking
got
another
the
one down. Ooh,
Gets
managed
Geo.
to take a Geo.
Oh, another one goes down. It's a wipe, and I think Adelaide going to take this.
I hope so. Yes. Okay. That looks like an Adelaide covered map. But the thing is, when you pop a rain with a few seconds left, it doesn't do anything. It's got the longest startup time.
It does have a long startup time. But Kozzy there, huge in that last 30 seconds.
I didn't think we'd get a highlight reel in the turf war.
No, that was pretty exciting. So now we'll get into our selection of mode. So Adelaide winning that turf war is going to, as we see our little turf war winners symbol come up there.
We now know who gets to pick the first.
Yeah, so they pick the first mode. So it'll be interesting to see. You've predicted tower control. They went with Rainmaker last week, and that served them well. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get Rainmaker either. And so each team will ban a map, and then it'll be on Sydney to pick the first map. So our lovely TO Gabby is currently talking to the teams, and we'll get those sorted out for you as soon as we can. But yeah, really high octane, exciting.
That was great.
That was a sweet Valley Tentacles match.
And good job picking that map, Checkers.
Thank you. If I could pick that every week, I would.
No, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it, mate. And that is right, Pitt. I'm only biased against Low. No, I want both of these teams to win. I still see Adelaide as a trying to work together and figure out how to get this done. They're showing straight, but I've seen the back end stuff of them trying to work through, and I really want them to come together. Whereas I know Sydney was out of the box, ready to play. No tweaking required.
Yeah, I mean, everyone loves an underdog story. No one rated Adelaide at the start of this, and except for us, of course, because we made perfectly even teams. But yeah, to see them come through was really good last week, and we'll see what happens this week.
So what mode are we going?
Rainmaker.
Looks like first round we have Rainmaker. Let's get into this. I think that I think that's a ballsy pick for Adelaide. I'm going to say that because I think that Sydney have a great Rainmaker comp, and you've just thrown Low.
Throwing a dog a bone.
Yeah, you threw a dog a bone, man.
Yeah. You make a good point. Low specialty Rainmaker player.
And our first map?
We're still working through the bands and the maps. We'll get there. But yeah, Low loves the Rainmaker. So interesting to see how that goes. The Endeavour did lose Rainmaker to Melbourne last week. So we'll see what happens. But Geo and Skidder can certainly pave a way for a Rainmaker push. So and Low's always ready to run as quickly as he can. So I wouldn't be surprised if this might come back to bite the revenge here.
All right. Ooh.
So we've got a couple of bans coming through. Sydney have banned New Albacore Hotel, and the Bob Ghost, who's captaining for Adelaide, has banned Manta Maria.
New Albacore from Sydney. Do you reckon they were quaking in their boots a little bit? Didn't want that long range coming out from Biscuit and Ladius?
Could be. It's also got a lot of those grates. It's going to make it hard for someone like Low to use the blob blobber.
Right. Just falls right through those grates, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's not great.
It's definitely not great.
Definitely not great.
So I'm really... it's interesting to see these bans and picks come out, and maybe in future weeks we'll get some graphics up here to show you what teams have been doing. But a very interesting part of the game that this community maybe isn't as familiar with as some of our compatriots. No?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Comrades.
Comrades.
So yeah, we'll see how this set goes as we almost have a map
So we've seen the Adelaide lineup lock in for this Rainmaker. So we have Liam, Yoshiko, Bob Ghost, and Kozi. So we have the support in the midline. Liam's going to take the front line, and Yoshiko is going to Yoshiko all over the Yoshiko. She will do what she needs to do. She'll probably play Squeezer. I don't see why not. Really helps getting the Rainmaker through some of those choke points. Have we still figured out the map yet? Anchovy? Anchovy is our first map. Let's get into it.
Okay, so both teams happy with their lineups here, so we'll get into this. So the substitutions, Cookie has come in for Silem for Sydney, and as you discussed, Liam has come in for Biscuit. So Adelaide looking to run that anchorless comp here for Rainmaker, something that we're seeing more and more.
Yep. And we have Cookie versus Kozi. That will be a very interesting matchup.
Yep.
Both dominating with those CDSs. And both Kozi, I feel, is a little bit more aggressive with it because he came from a Slayer background. Whereas Cookie has used the CDS and is more crafty with it and has been the entire time.
Yeah. No, two very...
using the CDS before it was cool.
Before you could jump gaps of hundreds of meters with the rolls. Yeah, both of them very successful CDS players, so it'd be good to see them go head to head.
Right. Okay, we're getting everyone warmed up. There is 27 seconds max until the first game of this doubleheader. I am excited after that turf war. That was huge.
That was a very exciting turf war.
And I hope that this downtime between games does not reduce that intensity from the players.
Yeah, and let's talk about Anchovy for a second.
Yeah.
It becomes quite a tight choke point there, just over on the plat.
Something where the bubbles are going to work perfectly for.
Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, Sydney's picked this one, so we'll try and work out why they've gone with this as the game unfolds. So as predicted, CDS versus CDS. We've got Bob on an NZAP, Yosh on the T-Tech, and Liam on the K-Shot.
Endeavour manages to get the pop. Lowe's going to be popping, not taking out his Bloblobber, but deciding to back it up with a bit of armour, which is always something that Lowe has been against in Rainmaker. Maybe because he doesn't get the armour when he carries it.
Well, that's right. It's
Skitter going down to what looked like a random bomb. It's a 3v4. They're going to start this push.
Oh, and look at Adelaide work together. 3 or 4 of them all shooting. Lowe can't get the jump out.
No quick super jump on it, and Kozi managing to capitalise on it. This is the first push coming out from Adelaide, and we're looking at over 50 points to begin with.
Or just getting stopped there.
It's a good point. That drop is a very good point. As soon as you land on the floor there, it's a lot more points than if you're up above it.
Definitely. And we'll see Sydney take control of the Rainmaker and see if they can push back in the middle.
Ooh, Kozi taking a fight, managed to get the last hit on Skitter. Trying to roll away, but nowhere to actually roll. Just managed to use the aim to get that kill.
I think that Sydney put on a lot of pressure. They make the game go a bit quicker, and maybe that's why we saw such a high splat count last week.
And instantly, look how quickly Skitter is back. The camera hasn't even changed from Kozi. Skitter is back in his face again. Yep.
And they're 3 down, and Lowe's pushing the Rainmaker. They should take lead here.
Landed on a bit of nice. The squid bags weren't intentional there, I don't think. And the bomb drops 10. What a push.
A really nice push there from Sydney. And it's not over yet. They're still 3 up. Cookie's trying to get up the podium. Can't do it. They're down to 4. Adelaide stream out of their respawn. And
oh, Yoshiko getting the double kill with the explosion there. Trying to get all of Sydney outside of the base. Cookie managed to get halfway up the pipe, but not enough.
Skitter is still staying alive. Very impressed with Skitter so far. I've called them out, and they're responding.
Oh, look at the shots. Always saving that last dash to escape. Manages to get the kill. Just extended and is dancing around a little bit.
Ran out of room there.
Right. But brilliant entrance from Skitter. Just the escape. Needed a bit of backup. Needed a bit of pressure taken from him.
but really managed to stay alive that whole time. Stop the quick counter push.
Missiles coming out now from Liam. One's on the right and two are on the left. Who's going to look after the right? It seems that Liam's going to make sure they can take him out. The camera has moved. We don't know what happened there, but Bob Ghost has died. Only 29 points out. So we're one pop and go.
This is like watching two heavyweights just slug each other in the face. Like they're just going at each other.
Just Butterbean and Ali just swinging for the fences.
Skidder picks out Cozy there.
That's a 4-hit versus a 3-hit every time. The CDS should win, but the mobility from Skidder. As he gets another point, you cannot approach like that when Skidder knows you're coming.
And I haven't seen much Geo and Scream, but 11 KA already there as well. So the Skio show is certainly up and running today.
Toot toot. What is Skio running, by the way? There's a... Geo's running the
K-Pro.
K-Pro.
So
K-Pro.
Something FLC talked about, where maybe Geo was playing weapons that were a bit harder, like the K machine and stuff like that.
They were too risky to deal with the trade.
Yeah.
You know, rather than an outright kill.
Yeah. Geo just needs to be that outright slayer for this team.
Who can get the kill but then not trade. Make it clean. Now they got this in a weird spot over the side here. I'm not sure if they were trying to go for an odd push or if they
they might be trying to stall it out a little bit over here.
They're getting taken out from both sides. They have to, evenly distribute their resources here. Otherwise, they're going to get flanked from both.
They managed to get the reset and Liam firing out more missiles. But we're down to 45 seconds and Adelaide really need to make they've got time to do a slow, steady push here. They need to secure picks and keep pushing forward.
Right, and they've got to be worried about this onslaught of bombs that I see come from them. Every few seconds, Lowe's got another 2 bombs, and if you accidentally step on one, that's the end of the game. So there we go. There's some... dodging a splashdown. No, unfortunately, a lot of chip damage comes out from that, which they're probably already weak from. Grabs again. This push hasn't stopped. Can they manage to get through? No. Lowe says no, as they manage to stop that.
They need a pop here. 8 seconds to go.
It's 2v3 right now, and
Lowe's going to pop it and reset it. But that's going to give them overtime? So interesting call there.
Probably needed to wait just a little bit longer.
Or hold on to it, maybe.
It was
I guess it's better that it's in the middle, though, right?
Spot to hold on to.
But Adelaide are going to get another go. Yosh picked up, which might not be the best for them as they need to secure picks in front of them.
Oh, Geo coming out with that long-range Slayer. Exactly what you needed.
I feel like there's a phenomenon in this league, or it's developing. It's the FLC effect. These teams are going to listen to FLC, and I feel like they're just going to improve and improve and improve.
That's what we wanted.
That's right.
Rainmaker.
Great. That's the end.
Mode is still Rainmaker.
I'm glad that we still get to see that we're playing Rainmaker still. That was a win coming out from the Sydney Endeavour. Adelaide put up a great fight for it, but this is what I was worried about with picking Rainmaker. You've walked right into the lair.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I wasn't necessarily surprised by Rainmaker because it did go well for them last week, as did most modes. But yeah, Low being that, you saw him get to, I think it was 10, just knows when to dash forward and try and secure those points for his team. Adelaide were in a position to win still. Like, they got a really nice score. But, it wasn't complete domination. It was very much, like we said, going back and forth. Mm-hmm. Each team had a run at it. Just that Sydney managed to capitalise on the opportunity just that little bit more. And I would even say Adelaide may have had more opportunities. More
controlled pushes. But it doesn't matter how controlled the push is if Low is going to rush you every time.
Yeah.
Right? Low is great at seeing little pockets of ink to jump and dash between and knows the exact correct line in every match to get the most amount of points. Pound for pound, the best Rainmaker runner, that Australia has.
Yeah.
Right? To his detriment. Because
I
that
don't know
10 that he got...
Pound's the right word to use when you talk about low. But yeah, he does a great job of running that Rainmaker.
Yeah. There's... Alright, fair enough.
Okay, so we're getting into our next map, which is Blackbelly Skate Park.
BB.
Looks like teams are going with the same lineups. They've got their Rainmaker lineups. They're sticking with them. So we'll see Cozy, Bob Ghost, Yoshiko, Liam again take on Geo, Low, Skidder, and Cookie.
Great. So we're looking at a very similar lineup to last time. The exact lineup as last time.
Yeah, exact same lineups.
Great. Looks like they're Rainmaker comps, hey?
Yeah, and so interestingly, this will be Adelaide's map pick.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was a map issue rather than the mode issue.
Right.
This is where we're going to find that out.
Yep. Cool. Well, let's get into it. Nothing better than to prove you wrong and watch Sydney take out another one. I think they've got it still in the bag. I think Sydney provided especially with the Geo or Skio waking up, right?
Oh yeah.
They tried in week 1 to see what worked for them, and they were playing just off raw mechanics. But now it feels like they're a bit more of a team. We're seeing Low stay with his weapon. He's still got that object shredder. The bomb pop went instantly to... Oh, yeah, went instantly to Low. That makes sense.
Yeah, and so the only real comp change, it looks like Yosh has brought out the Squeezer this time rather than the Tenatech. Looks like we have a DC.
Oh, we have a Node 1 moment. Should have been with Node 1, Bob Ghost.
Should have been.
Look at Low run this Rainmaker. And the jump and the dunk. Brilliant. I really love the hop through the puddles at the end here. You can see every little bit of ink. Oh, and a bit of parkour with the Rainmaker as well.
Unfortunate there. Yes, you would not have DC'd if you were with Node 1.
It's alright, not everyone can have the wonderful WA ISP. Can we get an exclamation mark, Node 1, in chat, please? But seriously, their wireless speed is better than what the NBN has.
Yeah, which is crazy.
250 meg down in some areas, which is just incredible. Should have configured Node Nightbot better. I don't think we've done Node 1.
Oh, that's pain. We'll get that fixed up.
Come on, Nightbot. What do we even pay the bot for? Should have configured Node 1. Alright.
We just got warmed up for this game.
That's it. So, I was getting my vocal cords ready. It would be interesting to see. They've got to play the exact same comps, but we saw an Adelaide pop. No, we saw a Sydney pop, which is probably what should happen. I wonder if it will come out again. We're running 4 bombs from either team, so it's not like... I think it's just the movement speed into the middle.
Yeah, and Adelaide almost giving them the pop there. And if we just get the team colours sorted.
Watch Geo when he's in a bit of... Oh, they've changed? Yeah, they've changed up to
just
the next
because
map.
we've skipped forward again.
Right.
But Sydney
on the
looking
purple.
to push.
If you watch Gio when he's in a bit of a bind, you'll see the best splat dashing you've ever seen come out. Unfortunately, Kozi providing too much of a distraction to watch Yoshiko just take out, and we're seeing a completely different... it's almost like with all 4 of their players, Adelaide is doing a lot better.
Yeah, and Skidder getting that bubble cancel and it's taking out Yosh and Kozi.
And as soon as I talk about how well their push goes, the push has stopped. Ooh, Cookie being taken down there. Kozi holding on to dear life here, 23 points, and the push is relentless.
And they need to get that Rainmaker out of here because Geo is on this tear in the back of their base.
Oh, gets 2 down.
And it's only the Rainmaker up. Yosh is trying to push that.
And notice how Geo turns around. Geo is now in lockdown mode, trying to get some few picks. Ooh! Oh, this is a dangerous and effective play. They need to wait for a few more people unless you want to take a one-on-one.
Great
what a
fall-off.
shot! With Liam being taken out, that fall-off damage coming out perfectly from Geo, knowing exactly where he is.
If this was a Splatfest, people would be complaining about spawn camping.
Oh, what a shot. And Geo is still alive after all of this as well.
And you know who's not alive? The Adelaide team.
You've got to take this 2v1, but Skio comes in. Ready for this matchup again! Skitter and Geo.
And they've got their spawn completely surrounded.
The fall-off Kings, please. Is he playing an Explosher?
Oh, and they jump up over.
Oh, that was an absolute domination coming out from Sydney. I have never seen anything as brutal as that. Adelaide needed to stop feeding as Skio came in and just held them back the entire time. There was a DC.
There was a DC, but...
I don't know what the DC rules are apart from two.
So
that'll go to Sydney.
They already had the replay, so that'll go to Sydney. Does not take away from the bullying that we just saw.
Yeah, you can still 2v1 when it's 3v4. The DC did happen early in the game. Unfortunately, they already had used their DC for the set. Not even for the set, for the match.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a Sydney Endeavour game, which will have them staying up, have them taking this set.
Yeah.
We will play the third match because we play all 9, and every game is important.
Very important.
Every match is super important, but the game more specifically is important.
So we might have to see a substitution come through if Bob's going to continue to have these issues. Otherwise, they'll just be giving games away at this point, which we don't want to see.
No.
We're going to move on to our next map, though. One that we saw last night as well. Rainmaker on Wahoo World.
Wahoo World is once again where the Skitters Tetras will shine. It's a great map for that. It's a great map for Geo as well. This was selected by Adelaide, right?
It was.
And we're seeing Biscuit come out now, so we'll see who Biscuit brings for this, whether it's dedicated backline that comes into this map, which isn't the worst idea. It is quite a long map.
I mean, Biscuit can also play, like the juniors and the Zaps and those kinds of weapons, so it will be interesting to see what they play here. But yeah, as we talked about, it's still very important that you get these game wins, because it's going to be the difference between making finals and not. So although the set's gone to Sydney, a very important game coming up here.
It is. We'll use this to warm up Biscuit and make sure that they're ready for the next match or the next set, which will be Adelaide's pick.
Yeah, so, I mean, if
I'm thinking
Gladys is
the
coming
TC
in,
pick.
then it's got to be TC, right?
It's got to be. I can't imagine it being anything else.
As all our players lock in, we are ready for another exciting game of Rainmaker. Hopefully, no more issues between the two teams.
No, you don't like to see it. I don't know if the outcome would have changed much, considering Sydney are showing a domination. But we'll see. Have a look. Revenge out on the blue, Sydney out on the green for this match. We're seeing Biscuit come out with a ballpoint. Liam is still rocking the same set, and the rest of the match is pretty similar.
Yeah, it must be Yoshiko taking up that NZAP. So Yosh being the player in this team who seems to be flexing to different weapons to suit the comps, but a bit of a standoff to begin with, as is the case on this map.
Waiting for that first pick. Cozzy manages to get it on Skitter. The 3v4 comes out, but the rain will stop them from pushing. It's now 3v3. Liam walking into a 2v1. Great positioning from Liam.
Pushing right here, which is not often seen. So Adelaide trying to catch them by surprise. The Booyah comes out from Geo.
And
can't pick anyone up.
Somehow the Rainmaker still survives. That Rainmaker must have... the Booyah bomb, sorry.
Or
Yoshiko had a great supporting cast which got him all the way to 37, which I think is a massive push for Wahoo, because you've either got to get up an uninkable, which is very difficult, in front of the base, or
around that choke point.
Around that elbow, yeah, that big long elbow. Skidder trying to take 3. Notice once again 3 dashes, and then gets into the engage, uses the 4th to try and dodge.
But Geo cleaning him up, and it's 3 down for Adelaide, just Cozy alive, and Cookie is after them.
Cookie managing to take the 1v1 on the CDS flex.
And Cookie now trying to set up this left-hand side push. Oh, Liam's come behind.
Fortunately, got the K-shot was too close, and the kill potential of the K-shot is insane. So you've either got to move out the way or not let Liam get that close.
Blobs are being lobbed, but he can't land them. And Liam takes out another one, continuing his impressive play this Firetail league.
Now this is another choke point where we see specials and booyah bombs and rains just absolutely thrown out with wanton abandon, just thrown out.
And I mean, we've seen here how far Sydney are going to have to push this, because they've basically got to 37 on the ramp and then on the elbow. So now we know exactly where Sydney need to take it on the other side. The Geo picks up.
Geo going for the pickup. I don't know whether that was a quick pick, whether Geo has something in mind, but Yoshiko has stayed sharking in their base, going to get behind him and managed to take out that Rainmaker where no one knew Yoshiko was. It was great positioning coming out from Yosh.
Yosh securing the Sydney plat here.
And every time the camera goes to Yosh, the whole area around her is always blue.
Yeah. Does
a very good job turfing with that weapon, getting the armors up and staying alive, and apparently killing.
Yosh can do it all. We saw that last week.
Apparently made the jump. Low didn't know that either and got drilled, got taken out.
As Cozzy trying to control this court area for Adelaide. They're setting up another push, but
Splashdown comes over just to secure that Rainmaker, and everyone's kind of backed off, and it allows that time for the Rainmaker reset. Biscuit being taken out down the bottom. I think that's Skidder. Skidder versus Cozzy gets 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap. Cozzy manages to take out Skidder. That's 3 down on Sydney.
So Adelaide really in control of this map.
Where was this earlier on?
Yeah, now makes me think those DCs might have cost them this set, which is very unfortunate, but they're showing a much...
Geo pushing into a 3v1. It's unusual positioning coming in from someone who's usually so smart with their engages.
Yeah, maybe a bit of rush of blood, but they need to get something moving in this last minute as Adelaide pour on the pressure here. Liam doing a good job of just not rushing into the oncoming Sydney team.
Right, there is no need for Liam or anyone to rush in. It doesn't matter because Cookie will still take 2 of you out, leaving it 2-on-2. Low needs to follow around Geo, who should be able to take on multiple people. Booyah Bomb coming out. Low needs to know where that Booyah is going and swim through it using classic low strats.
Got no support though.
We've got no perfect. Cozzy covered right on the corner so that Low couldn't use his cheeky strats to get a few points.
Skidder or Geo needed to get up in front of that push. Didn't quite happen, and now... Oh, there's a sneak coming from behind Skidder, but...
Unfortunately, not enough.
Biscuit running that... He just needs to stay alive and manage to do it.
Very safe spot. And Revenge makes sure that is not a 3-0 and takes out 1 game.
Yeah, so potentially a bit of a momentum boost there going into the second set.
Right. At least they know they could now.
Yeah.
Look at that. Liam coming out with 15 kills. Only 2 sets of missiles, which is quite surprising, but manages to get a lot of those kills on some high-end slayers.
Yeah. We can't say enough about his play so far. He's a free agent. If you haven't seen on Twitter.
Right.
A lot of our players in this league are currently free agents, I believe. So
okay.
We might see some new teams formed out of the Firetail
league. All right, so we're getting into our second set. That will be Adelaide choosing who chose Rainmaker. Unfortunately, dealt with some DCs to drop the set ultimately. But the first match there was Sydney Endeavour, and they did have a whole squad of 4. What Biscuit provided is something that Bob couldn't provide in that last match, or whether it was a step up from the rest of Adelaide.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe the longer range is what's going to give Sydney trouble. Like last week, Shock on the Nautilus was an absolute nuisance. So maybe someone like a Biscuit or a Ladius who can stay away from those cookie. If you can outrange Geo and Skitter, you have a better chance of picking up those splats and reducing their ability to push.
Right.
So maybe the longer range is the key against the Sydney team.
So I think we've got our next mode, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so go for it.
Splat zones.
We are running in splat zones, which will be very interesting to see what they're going to bring out. I thought it would be a TC, but there is no reason why Ladius can't join in for zones. For zones either, because that 5-fins charger with the bomb rush and the scope play as well, it's perfect.
And it's not like a charger can't paint zone. If you get those shots moving across the zone, then it actually paints relatively well.
Right.
So interesting. We'll see what subs come in. Still hoping to see our AU charger main Ladius at some stage today. And we've got some bans coming through. So Gobi Arena being banned by Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
They lost that last week, I think.
Right.
I remember
that was the first match, the first game that came out, and everyone was kind of figuring out, and the Queen has entered. Ladius, I have just seen, has subbed in. Guys, this is the first match that we're going to see, so everyone get behind Ladius for her inaugural entry into the Firetail League. This is the first match that she'll be playing. She didn't get to play in the last set. The shooter team came out, but I'm really interested to see how this is going to affect the gameplay.
Yeah, definitely exciting, and I believe Ladius played in the Girls Duos Cup last night, so maybe warmed up. I'm not sure who she played with, but I know probably warming up in that. I don't know how much sleep she's gotten.
Right. Now, shooting 2 people is different to shooting 4 people.
Oh, yeah.
There's less to think about. We've seen Geo and Skitter who know how to get around that, as well as, people like Lowe know how to keep their distance.
Yes. It would be really interesting to see the dynamic of the Adelaide team once Ladius comes in. If she can secure them jump-ins and they can just relentlessly pressure that zone with all the paint they've got on their team. It could be an Adelaide set 2 win, which would give us that live third set, which is what we as commentators dream of.
I go to sleep thinking about it. It keeps me up at night. What if it's a game 9?
And we're just waiting for the first map to be selected.
Just want to call out, guys, we've got 126 viewers. This is awesome. Thank you all for joining. I know this is our North America time slot, as well as, being great for all the early risers for AU as well. But look, if we have any North Americans here who like what they see, can you please chuck us a follow? Can you please tweet about this game going on live? We've still got another at least 45 minutes in this game, followed by another match straight after this as well. So we need as many people here as possible. Let's grow Firetail League.
Yeah, we've tried to put our match times for both the Australian scene and also Sundays North America, Saturdays Europe. We try to give everyone a chance to watch this, get these players out there in the worldwide community, and and put on a good show, most importantly. So,
Right. No, absolutely. And our first match that came out is Schellendorf Institute, right? And we've just seen Nereza come out. We've seen Ladius come out. So this is going to be an absolute, Firefest. I cannot wait. This is control of the roof, right? We're going to see a seasoned veteran such as Ladius take on Nereza, who I know knows how to hold the roof because Pitt got denied. Pit Viper got denied. I'm sorry, Pit, but you got outclassed by Nereza on the roof last week. It's a hard matchup for ball points, but what do you think? Is it going to be 2 5-fin splat charges, or is Ladius going to bring out the E-leader?
Ooh, I didn't even consider the E-leader.
Right?
I was definitely thinking the 5-fins, but it would be interesting to see if we get an E-leader just to give it extra range and get rid of Nereza on the other side.
Right. But it's going to require Adelaide to kind of keep that communication up, because if someone gets on that roof and Ladies is up there, she has nowhere to swim. She has nowhere to go. She is going to get taken down so quick that if that awareness isn't there by the rest of her team, she might be caught out unaware.
Yeah, you really need to protect that right-hand side of the map so they can't come up behind you.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see how the other players on the team balance the support of the charger player and also focus on the zone. So this should be a really good match. A lot of good charger play, something we don't get enough of.
Yeah, my heart's pumping. I'm ready for this. We're waiting for 2 more people to ready up. They're probably talking out their final sets of comp, maybe changing their gear. Because while this is happening on the roof, there's going to be an all-out war on the floor.
Yeah.
Still
a lot of paint, right?
Yeah, definitely. You've got Skio in the front. It'd be interesting to see what Geo picks up. If he's going to stay with his K-Pro that can't paint and just keep it for killing, or whether he's going to swap to maybe a K-Shot.
Well, this was the map where Geo played K-Machine.
Oh, yeah. And that worked out really well. But once again, it come to that decision of you got to make the kills, not the trades.
Yep.
You're expected as an X-rank, our X-rank player, if you watch FLC, not Splatoon X-rank, you're expected to get 2 kills every death.
That's right. And see, Ladius has brought out the 5-fin scope. Nereza electing not to play charger, so free reign on the top there for Ladius.
Low instantly coming out with those missiles from his orange NZAP. This meme of a weapon, Low has managed to make it part of his regular kit, and he is really good with it.
Yeah, he also made fun of people for playing it for so long.
See, the thing is here, and I love this strategy, right? You have Ladius on the roof, and you have missiles. Missiles all the time on that roof. That is going to be an absolute pain for Ladius to deal with, and so much turf on the roof.
But Adelaide taking a strong lead, already down to 50. Sydney can't get near the zone.
What's happening? Why are they standing so far back? Are they waiting for a pick? We see the K-Pro is still coming out from Geo, so he doesn't care about turf.
It's probably that Ladius effect. You see the light coming out there, trying to track people's heads.
It feels like it's a whole SWAT team up there.
Yeah. Ladius, that pressure. Geo's going to the roof.
Guys, 30 points. No one's made a move in. We've only seen 1 or 2 deaths come out from it. And
they got to push now that they've displaced Ladius.
Geo throws a bomb out, but doesn't actually manage to come out and help out.
Well, they can't get a flip here.
Geo managing to come in and trying to get 1 pick. Gets Cozzy. They managed to get a flip. And a 71, a huge penalty going to come out. And it was a great push. But did it really need to take 93 points?
No, I mean, Sydney were very patient there in trying to come back and cap the zone. Maybe wasted a bit of score there. But yeah, we're seeing that Ladius effect come in straight away. Just the pressure she puts on the game.
Right, now we see 2 more down from Sydney. But they still haven't managed to flip that zone yet. Skidder coming in, jumping, doesn't matter where he jumps in, got 4 dashes to get out. Squidder will be okay. Look at that! Still manages while running away to get some picks. Ladius is very well aware of where Skidder is. Needs some backup though, because Skidder's going to try and make his way up onto the roof.
And we talked about this. They're doing a really good job of trying to protect Ladius's roof, but Skidder working their way through.
And look, instantly Ladius backing off. Doesn't matter. Skidder just needs to stay... Oh, Liam manages to take them out straight away. Skidder needed to stay up there and keep them pushed back.
Definitely.
It didn't happen.
But even you saw Skidder just standing up on the roof, not even engaging, and that was enough to distract Ladius and let their team get in. So
It's just clicked to me that Nereza isn't charging.
no, I told you that.
You did. But that makes so much more sense for the orange NZ pick because the missiles are literally the only thing keeping her off.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's doing a good enough job.
Doesn't seem to be. They really struggled to displace Ladius at the moment.
Oh,
Gio
Gio!
picking at Yosh.
Saying, no, you do not come behind. Got one more tap, looking for another more tap. The splats.
Oh, nice. Picked up Liam.
It's-
Gio getting those 2 kills that is expected of him.
Which is expected of him, right? And that's what Nereza needed to understand. I understand you don't want to go against Ladius in a charger battle, but every time you kill her, you are breaking the symmetry of the match. Only needs to happen a few times.
Yeah, now we see Sydney in control and through their penalties, so they're going to score some points. Yosh taking out Nereza, straight into the booyah.
Yeah.
Gets
Taking
low.
out Yosh as well. Good play from Low, which distracted the booyah and put pressure on her, causing her to throw the booyah at her feet rather than the zone.
Oh, and they're all jumping in here, so
Got to protect those jumps.
Gio doing a good job of getting their teammates back in.
Flip coming back out to Sydney as well. Oh, we have a Capro. Yoshiko dies, but fortunately for Adelaide, Liam is there for the backup.
Yeah, and such a big push from Adelaide at the start. They haven't really had too much control since then, so Sydney doing a much better job now, and again through their penalty.
Gio manages to take the oh, Liam getting a double kill there, taking out both Gio and Low, playing above his expectations once again.
Definitely.
We're looking like we're getting to the final seconds of the match if it's going to be Adelaide with a knockout or the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think Sydney will come back in and get one more go at this, but
We've got a splashdown that's come out, and this is the beginning of the last push. That's a 3v4. We see the flip come out. No specials needed, just a clean execution.
yeah, but they've got to hold this for about a minute now, so see how we go. Skidder's
There
up,
you go, ladies.
pressuring.
But instantly, look, and that's going to come up in the Revenge FLC desk. The way that they backed up Ladius up at the top there was perfect. Exactly what she needs.
They've played this very well. They just need to get a couple of picks and Liam goes down. They need to get on this zone very quickly.
Booyah bomb's
comes
coming out the other side.
They're painting through it. This is going to go to Sydney.
9, 8.
Insane.
No, one more point is all that's required. Armor coming out. The
getting
armor wasn't
zoned.
enough.
Oh my goodness me.
God, if we watch the final point here, what I think was the issue from Estradi's instant replay was Nereza using this armor. It stopped painting for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh.
There was also someone died in the zone, which is always a bad thing to do. But
That first match going out to Adelaide.
that was insane. I mean, in Rainmaker we saw them slugging it out, but that one Adelaide had them on the canvas, and
On the canvas.
Sydney just kept working away at it, getting through those penalties, and gosh, that was very close. I'm exhausted.
That last that last 10 seconds could have happened 70 different ways depending on all the decisions made, and I cannot wait to spend the entire analysis desk talking about those last 3 seconds of that match.
The Adelaide were doing a great job of protecting their charger up on the roof. Played it to perfection, really, but it almost slipped away from them. So it's going to be an interesting next game. Let's see if Adelaide can take out this second set or Sydney can come back.
Mm-hmm. I see a few people in the chat mentioning that maybe the Nereza ink wasn't the problem. While there was a lot of stuff going on, we're talking dying seconds of the game. He may have needed more ink, but we need 4 more pellets of ink to fire at his gun to hold of that zone for a second more.
Yeah,
it might not even have been a full second.
It'd be interesting to see on the overhead view what was happening on the other side of the zone, and if if Nereza was fighting a losing cause anyway there at the end, but
right, it could have been very much so.
It was incredibly close. A splat in the zone really started swinging that zone in favour of Adelaide, and then Nereza couldn't quite pull it back there.
Right, and look, we're focusing on Nereza because that's what the auto spec was looking at, and I'm sure once we have this overhead cam, we're going to look at 6 different things that 6 different people could have done. But what we saw was Nereza, so he's in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Either way, great match brought out from him. I didn't know he had a pocket NZAP.
Yeah, no, and I think Nereza's played a few different weapons so far in this series. I think last week we might have seen a K-Pro from Nereza as well. So certainly making themselves useful in many different situations here for the Sydney team. As we await the counter pick from Sydney. Interesting. We saw people in chat ask, "Is Morey banned?"
Is Morey banned?
Because I guess they expect Latius to reign over that as well. So it was not banned. It was Gobi and Blackbelly that got banned. So we may yet see a Morey. That's a Morey.
That's but we still have a Morey splat zones to play.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could come out in the last map here if it has to. But we're going to Kelp Dome next.
Kelp Dome, an interesting match because I know this is where the ball points shine, right? I don't doubt other weapons work equally good, but the ball points are really good here, and I'm sure Biscuit is sitting on the bench thinking, I could really use this match.
Yeah, I mean, Latius certainly has a heavy and a ball point in her arsenal as well, but we'll see what they decide to go with. We do see Low subbing out for Cookie, so. Okay,
yep, Cookie coming in, Low coming out.
I think the sort of the flat nature of this map, the CDS could be useful.
As well as another Rain coming out. I think it's very interesting to talk about this zone dynamic, right? There are almost four corners or quadrants of the zone, as well as the top middle, which can only be accessed if you're throwing bombs up there, or painting on a weird angle, or looking away from everything, or just throwing rain over the zone. So double rain comps are pretty standard here.
Yep. Yeah, it can be hard to capture the whole zone otherwise. So,
and you get these stalemates where half of the team is protected on one side of the zone, and the other half of the other team is protected on the other side.
Yep.
Right? So no one can kill each other because there's a big wall in between them, but no one can flip the zone.
Yep.
And
sometimes the top of the zone is the thing you forget about it, and then you can't quite get the flip. So it'll be interesting to see how they go.
All right, we're looking at Sydney coming out for blue, Revenge. Looking at yellow, we're seeing the E-Leader come out now. Was that played last match?
No, it was a Firefin.
It was a Firefin, great, yeah. So we're seeing this E-Leader come out for the first time, and there's plenty of spots you can get max range with the E-Leader, but it is quite a short map.
It is, and we see the rush down of Kozi by
Cookie just ready to get out of the gates and take on that CDS versus CDS match.
Ooh, nice fall off. Can't quite pick up Latius there.
Definitely more than 3 hits, but the fall off
found
damage.
Someone else on the right-hand side.
Maybe the rain there was a little bit preemptive, just wanted to keep it off the zone so he can get some early points.
Yeah, and Sydney taking early control.
Using that maneuverability. Two rains coming out from Adelaide trying to get this zone. Cookie holding him off. Needed to get some ink and a bit of respite from the battle.
Yes, Sydney went 2 down, and Cookie does the right thing and backs off as Adelaide get their first points on the board.
Now Skidder coming around, trying to look at Latius. Latius knows exactly what's going on and needs some backup from someone, otherwise it's going to be a very close range match. I'm looking at the X's up the top to see if anything happens between the two of them. But Skidder has called it and just decided to come back into the map. Yoshiko has read that for days. The armor protected herself from the splashdown, instantly killed.
Oh. Well, how did Yosh survive that booyah
Great
bomb?
movement. You need 4 ticks from the booyah at full health. Yoshiko only taking 3.
And a wipe on Adelaide as Sydney taking back control of the zone, trying to take that lead back. It's a pretty close game so
49.
far.
Was that the first push coming out from Adelaide to 49? That's a good push to start off with. Definitely not the end of the match, though.
Geo spots a flank that turns into a quick jump out.
Liam with the jump direct coming out on Geo, which is, once again, Liam taking out Geo was a huge shift, and Adelaide are going to get the zone from that.
Yeah, all it takes is, that 1 or 2 picks and the game completely changes. But again, another sort of slugfest here. 2 teams pretty evenly matched. And
Liam taking out Nereza, and that White Line Fever hasn't actually taken a hold. I thought he would run into Street and try and go for that third, but he's playing really smart here, holding the zone and trying to protect his teammates. Skidder backing off, being 2 hits. Liam getting a little bit panicky and jumping out of that to save his keister.
Yeah, looks like Adelaide are really keen to. They do all the fundamentals well. They jump out when they need to jump out. Right. They work together. You see 3 of them taking out Skidder there. There's the type of things you need to do if you're going to pick up these match wins.
And this shooter comp, it hasn't really changed. Bring Ladius in. They're looking after each other really well.
No, yeah, it might even just give them, freer reign to go out there and shoot away.
Oh my god, we saw absolute parkour come out from Cozzy. Dodging all of Skidder and gave enough time to get a 2-on-1 onto Skidder being taken out. Gio being taken out as well. It's going
to be lead here with just under 2 minutes to go.
What does Sydney need to do to get back into the zone? What's not going right for them?
I wouldn't say things aren't going right. Adelaide are really doing a good job of working together and securing those picks. So I think just pairing up a bit more for Sydney might help them get back here.
They managed to get a drop on Yoshiko. It was a predictable landing for that inkjet, which allowed Cookie to get that kill as well. So we're seeing a 2v2 down. Not enough. Adelaide take out that zones, which is their set.
There we go. What do we know? Because we thought Sydney had a strong zones team.
Now, if Sydney finished this match off with a TC... That won't be good. That will be great for Adelaide.
That might play into their hands.
Are we going to see? Are we going to see it? Is it happening?
We still got another game of Splatoon.
Okay, alright, cool, sure.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But we could be seeing the seldom viewed Clam Blitz set coming up.
So what I want to point out in that last match was, I don't know if it was Skitter not finding their kills. It was Skitter engaging when the kill wasn't 100% there, right? Which allowed the escape of the Adelaide player, which then instantly turned into a 2v1 back to Skitter. And I saw that happen about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I can't say enough about how well Adelaide are pairing up, or even... 3 of them getting to... It's basically... Ladis puts the pressure on from range, and the other 3 are like a swarm of like angry dogs just with guns and bees in their mouths. And they're just going at them.
Angry dogs with guns and bees in their mouth.
Yep.
But coordinated.
Yeah, a swarm. Did I not say swarm?
Okay, yeah, you said swarm. Sure. Are they all like all their collars and things are all like tied to each other, so they can't like physically escape? But they're all very angry.
The 3-headed dog out of Harry Potter?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
What is that dog called? Cerebus?
Someone's going to tell us in chat, because
can someone
got to be a Harry Potter person in there.
Write out phonetically what Cerebus. There's a 3-headed dog, guys. Come on.
Give us, please, chat.
Go on, give a dog a bone, please. I need it spelt phonetically. Cerberus? Cerberus sounds about right. Yep. Fluffy. No, it's not Fluffy. Not Owsie's cat. That thing is angry for attention, not for squid kills. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're going into our next match. We've just started reading up for it, and what have we got?
We have
Checkers?
the Reef
The Reef.
Yeah, the OG.
The OG.
We're going to the Reef splat zones. We saw this last night, and we'll see it again. I love this map.
Oh, it's a great map. I think for all modes, you can't go wrong with the Reef.
No, definitely not.
They've got great positioning for the back line to sit at those lampposts to begin with, and you cover most ground from there. And then once your team is in that victory or that push forward, they have the bridge. And the bridge, they do 360 no-scopes for the rest of the game.
Yeah, exactly right. I think I've seen on one of Ladis's pinned tweets that where she took out four people in one shot on this map. So
oh, God.
I hope we see something like that.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't think Sydney are acting like a bunch of angry dogs with bees in their mouth. Yeah. So we'll see what happens here with this final match. Hopefully Sydney can regain a bit of composure, take a match off them. I definitely know they've got it in them. Asylum is coming in here with his burst bombs, and I think that extra paint and pressure and Slayer experience from Asylum might actually be what they need to stop this ravaged three-headed dog.
Yeah, the
that
Neo
is the Adelaide
Splash.
Revenge.
The Neo Splash is a nice weapon here. Lots of paint and then gets the bomb rush. So
right.
It should be good for Asylum.
Oh! Instantly Yosh backs off and Ladius just takes out from the. It's like brother in arms kind of stuff here, like World War II.
Sisters in arms.
Sisters in arms, yeah. Sisters in ink.
Someone must have got around behind.
And instantly look around that they drive around this map on rails like they're all part of the same roller coaster, and we're just strapped on for this crazy ride. I'm loving the energy that Adelaide bring to these games.
They just need to secure the zone here, get some points on the board. So they're in control. Sydney really need to work out what's going wrong.
Ooh,
oh my
God!
lord!
There was a Geo, and all of a sudden there was no longer a Geo. It was magic. Across the other side of the map, probably max range, jumping from the bridge that we'll see. Ooh.
Oh. Lady's picking up another one.
I can hear it in the background. There was Nereza being dropped out there as well.
See someone's coming from her right.
She's doing a great job of, you know...
Oh, another one.
Oh, no!
Geo out there by himself. And Adelaide scoring these points.
Geo dropping not to Ladius, but to the rest of the team who has managed to scoop up and clean up the rest of these kills. Ladius has had 2 games worth of experience on this map. This was a Splat 1 map, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All the angles, all the spots that she knows where they're going. All I see was a bunch of X's. Liam must have been cleaning up the rest of Sydney there as well.
And we're seeing like Sydney just can't get 4 players on the map at the same time at the moment.
Right, and Yoshiko coming up with the custom junior, which I love for this map. The bubbles are dangerous. Unfortunately, you need to stay alive to keep the bubbles. Asylum doing a good job of stopping those bubbles from coming out.
Yeah, we saw Link have a really good game last night. They didn't win, but that custom junior, the Kenster junior, really nice pick
Sorry,
there.
kilometers. Asylum is his other name that he uses, but it's kilometers. And we're looking at, look at the way that all 3 of them push the zone and then instantly spread and disperse, still collared together. I can't get over it. It's exciting play to watch, Checkers.
It is. The game is not out of hand though. It's still very close. Sydney.
Here we go, 2v2 in the
job.
corner. Booyah Bomb coming out. It's only got to be defensive. There is no way that they're using this to cap the zone. Geo trying to take out Liam. But Liam's got some moves. Not enough. Geo has seen the dashing all before. Oh, taking out 2.
So Sydney now going to take control of these zones. Geo going to try and push forward. Take out some of these respawning players.
Oh, and it saw the light coming from the charger and thought,
oh.
The charger knows where to check every time.
Do you think she saw him on stream?
Yeah, being stream sniped.
Don't shark on stream, guys. Another one from Ladius.
So we're looking right now, that is 8 kills coming out from the charger, only bested by the Yoshiko on the custom junior, no, the Cancer junior. Which probably aren't assists because it's not a very assisty gun.
Yeah, Yoshiko can get 12 with any weapon.
Right. They're getting armor. We should see the beginning of this push. They haven't got a lot of turf to work with. Skidder trying to dash through all this green ink, which isn't working well for him. They just got to take out Latius, but Latius does not want to be taken out. Gio being taken out.
Man.
The flick back on. It's what we need to see here is Skidder being able to take out this charger. And unfortunately, if Latius can see you, then it's not an effective shot.
It was so nice. We saw it twice on the Strutty's instant replay. So Adelaide ticking down now, under 30. We got 20 seconds to go. There's another pick.
There was meant to be armor there. Which
Bomb
is
rush comes out. 2 down on Sydney. This is going to go to Adelaide.
We're looking at a 3-0 swipe in zones.
As the dogs with bees in their mouths take out another one down the bottom there. Just need to cap the zone. 2 seconds. All over.
Auto spec knows what's up. Great game coming out from Latius there. We see the final zone being capped and really the end of it happening there. But let's have a look at what the score was here. Yoshiko on 18 and Latius on 15. That is what 2 X-ranked players should look like. We need to come up with new titles because they were all X-rank. FLC, note. We'll mark that down. The Thanos snap is a great sound of when the charger makes a connect. And that is a 3-0 coming out to Adelaide Revenge. Sydney, what have they got in the bag? What have they got left?
I can't see them picking tower control.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Clan Blitz, in my opinion. And the thing that Sydney have is chaos, and that's perfect for Clan Blitz. So it might suit them.
Right.
Adelaide obviously doing a better job working together, but you saw times there where it seemed like Adelaide were in such control of the game, but they hadn't really ticked the score down that far, and Sydney was still in it, even though it didn't look like they should be.
No.
So a bit of Clan Blitz chaos might suit the Skidders and the Geos of the world.
I think so, but they do have some. I wonder what the comms are looking like right now, because I know that they do have coordination, and I know that they have game awareness to work together. Maybe they're feeling a bit rattled. Especially shifting between Adelaide Revenge in the first map, which was Rainmaker, going to splat zones. It was a very different shift in dynamic. You got your 4 shooters to your 3 shooters and then a backline.
And even in that last Rainmaker set, having Biscuit on backline, and Adelaide took that. So when they're playing their backliners, they're 4-0 today.
Hey, that's a good stat. Put that in your encounters.
Yeah, thanks. And I'm not sure what Sydney need to do. And the other thing about that last Rainmaker map is maybe it was that momentum swing that we needed.
Right.
That saw Adelaide then go, we can do this. And but the pressure that the Charger and the E-Leader put on Sydney, it meant it kind of funneled them into Fluffy.
Into Fluffy, the 3-headed Cerberus.
I think Naru was saying that, was it Dumbledore or Hagrid or someone called it Fluffy?
Oh, yes.
So
which is just the same name as Owlsie's cat.
Yeah, just coincidence.
It is. And because it's the most unoriginal name for a cat.
Young Owlsie.
Young Owl man. No,
Can we talk about Owlsie for a second?
All right, sure.
Because I just want to bring up this stat. I'm very much a stats man, as you know.
You are. Yes.
And
among other men, yeah, you're a stats man. Sure.
Owlsie, we were very impressed with his 69 deaths in the first match.
Right.
Leading the competition in deaths.
There's a lot of deaths. More than Skidder. It's a lot of deaths. Yep.
More than Skidder, more than Geo. Mm-hmm. And to come out last night and top that effort.
Really?
Is just the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
What did he get?
78.
78 deaths.
So I think Owlsie's running for that award there, the most deaths award. I'm just wondering if he can top himself every week and get more deaths.
Yeah. What is that? So you got the golden gun. Is it like the copper gun, or is it like?
don't even think you have a gun if you die that many times.
The combat medic.
The respawn award.
Oh, great. Okay, I think we're good for subs. I think we're good to start with the set 3. I can't read what it is.
Oh, they took our advice and they're going with
Clam Blitz.
Hey, we're finally seeing the Clam Blitz come out. I'm so happy to see this. This is what Sydney need because tower control was not going to happen. Now this is still 1-1, alright? It was a dominating performance from Adelaide Revenge, but we're going 1-1 into the final set.
Yeah, so let's quickly run you through the bans before we get into the map that's been chosen.
Right.
So Adelaide have banned the Reef.
Okay.
And Sydney have banned Muscle Forge Fitness.
Okay, both very close maps with an easy way to get in. Yep, sure.
Yeah. Probably Muscle Forge a little bit less, open. Maybe that was an issue.
So what's the map?
The map is Camp Triggerfish.
Perfect. Okay, this is an interesting match with a much more long range. I wonder if they're going to keep Latius up for this because that wall is perfect for a backliner. And these 3 working together are going to have to actually break apart. An interesting pick, actually, because of these 2 lanes and how they work. I think there's going to be a bit more separation, and I wonder if they'll be as good if they don't get to 2v1 everyone.
I think they've probably gone with it for the benefit of Latius on that wall. They think good things are going to come from that, but not really a high scoring as we see Latius take one out, but goes down herself.
Yep.
Not necessarily a very high scoring map in clams. As I say that, Sydney opened the basket and
start straight away. Look, there's going to be another 3. Oh, instantly Latius knows that it's going to happen and takes Geo out.
That's a
no
wipe.
Clams.
So 74, not the kind of push you're looking for, but I mean, they got points on the board, and that's important. So, Latius taking the left-hand side here. Not just going to sit on the wall, going to go out and go hunting.
Ooh, Latius manages to drop back. Awesome. Leaving Yoshiko with a beacon on her head. She knows how to look after herself, so she shouldn't die. She should be able to back off, but she wants to be aggressive with it. Oh, she's using it to bring people to her. I forget this is where we get to see Yoshiko's squeezer, which is something that she hasn't really pulled out, except for early Rainmaker.
Yeah.
Where she has these 3 long-range taps, which are they never miss.
And so if we look at those bubbles are going to be good to push in with.
She needs them again. She's already used them. The armor's wearing off as well. This is the beginning of the push, but it's not as structured as we'd like. We were about 3 seconds away from...
but Yoshiko free reign to the basket, going to score again, takes the lead.
Got the lead. Gio did a great job off camera, taking out Latius before she had a chance to jump in close enough for another 20 bomb there. So Gio with those that awareness of what's going to happen, one step ahead.
Latius is on today.
Yeah, Latius is, no, there's no doubt about that. And getting a revenge kill back on Gio for ruining that push.
Getting her what kill?
Revenge kill. Oh, the things are popping. People are dying. I thought that there was a double kill there. There is. Oh, people. I'm going to faint. There is just...
I feel like when it goes to Latius, we can just be silent and appreciate the noise of the charge directs.
We can't talk over the pop of squids evaporating. Has lost it. Az cannot stand what is going on.
So, bit of a stalemate. Gio's going to try and displace the charger there. Getting stuck in the Stingray, but has managed to stay alive. Very close game. It's going to come down to one push towards the end of this game. Liam does a great job taking out Gio.
Once again, Gio needing to secure those kills, but popping around the corner, the kill time on that splatter shot was a lot quicker than the K-Pro in that instance. So,
and Liam again does a great job of coming back, supporting the charger player.
And sitting on 9, finds some mid, right, left. So you can see Sydney are quite spread at the moment. unfortunately, losing all 9 clams, maybe not the best engage. Even though they've got the kills, it's about making them smart.
And Skidder doing a nice push on the left here. It's been picked out by Yosh, I think it is. But if Skidder can get the top left, runs into trouble with Liam respawning.
As soon as you sit on that block, you've got nowhere to run. So you've got to do it silently or not do it at all.
But Sydney in a decent position on the left here.
Cookie getting some under the sign shots. Oh,
Nice,
there's
Cookie.
2 down. Well done, Cookie. Which
Gets the
begins
ball.
this
Here
push.
comes
Gets
the
a
push.
ball. Goes in for a triple.
2 down though. Skidder can use a splat dash.
Oh, well done. Instantly splashdowns at the same time, but they all know a splashdown's coming out.
And only a minute to go. Adelaide are going to get a pity, but they need to take that map control. And
It's still one structured push that you have to do, which isn't the easiest thing.
they haven't taken back the right-hand side of the map, so...
I would argue the push is starting now, where Cookie being taken down. Ladius needs to be telling them that they've got 2 on the right-hand side. Push down mid. Those guys are out of position.
Yeah, Ladius
you
can push
guys,
them.
Oh, they only have 11 clams at the moment.
They should have the pity back at spawn as well. They're going to take their time. You might as well push this in overtime. They only need... What do they need?
Or
A clam and 2... A power clam and 2 small clams will get them the win.
okay, all right, and Cozzy getting a clutch 2 kills out of there, but Gio making sure
The jump
that
in
ball
comes.
is finished.
There's the clam. Do they have any follow-up?
There needs to be follow-up
One.
here.
Oh, Liam can't make it. That's going to be...
62. That's going to be the first game going to Sydney. If they can't in 4 seconds.
Throwing the clams away, Gio.
And that's it.
Yeah, Adelaide not able to create a power clam there, so first game to Sydney, and who are now on match point. How quickly the tide has turned in this set play format.
And it doesn't matter how good they were at splat zones. That does not matter in Clan Blitz.
It does not. They were one clam away there from taking that win.
Yeah. Yeah, so do you think it was Triggerfish that made it harder to form some of these pushes, or do you think it was a bit of the new forming of this team? That's the first time they played Clan Blitz together in a Firetail League.
Yeah. I really think the map split them up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't all focus their attention as they have in previous matches.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said...
It's a lot of 1v1s, wasn't there?
There was, and they held their own in them, but I mean, we saw how close it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was just... It's just one glam, right? They both had 2 pushes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it was quite a low-scoring map in general.
Yeah.
And because it's a long way to go down that ramp.
Low didn't play.
Low did not play.
No, so it couldn't have been a low-scoring game.
Right. Gotcha. Why do I turn up to these things? But yeah, maybe that chaos of Clan Blitz is helping the Sydney team, as we talked about. Skidder is chaos, Clan Blitz is chaos.
Yep. And Sydney seemed to thrive in these chaotic modes, Rainmaker and Clan Blitz.
Yep.
I thought they'd do a bit better in splat zones, but I really people must think I'm very biased towards Adelaide at the moment, but when we were building the teams, we put Yoshiko Ladius together with their supporting crew for a reason.
Yep.
We knew it could happen, and we really saw them come together for that, and it was just really exciting to see. So, look, Sydney's one more away from taking out this win. It's going to be
anyone's.
It's going to be a sour win. Unfortunately, if Adelaide do lose this, because the Rainmaker set was DC's, right?
Yeah.
And Bob, don't kick yourself too hard, mate. You got plenty of chance to come back for it. It's uncontrollable at the end of these things, but we do need to keep the show moving. So Adelaide got to go as hard as they can for this last match, which is Snapper Canal.
Yeah, Snapper Canal, Clan Blitz. Completely the opposite to Camp, I think.
Yeah.
It's so wide and expansive.
And Cerberus friendly.
Cerberus friendly. Yes. They can pretty much go wherever they need to go. Still a good long-range map for Ladius. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might help them out here. We'll see if it was the map or just Sydney might be a Clan Blitz team.
Mm-hmm.
They might have found their niche.
Yeah, yep.
So no subs going into this match point for Sydney. A very exciting set so far. Set and match. And every game. Incredibly close contest between these two. Split zones maybe a little bit more one-sided, but there were still opportunities for Sydney to win those games.
Yep.
We saw Rainmaker, very close matches, end up going to Sydney, and now, even after that first game of Clan Blitz, I could not tell you who's going to win this.
Right. And look, even the splat zones, even though it was a 3-0 to Revenge, Sydney still fought very hard in all of those maps.
They certainly did.
It was never a whitewash. None of these games have ever been a whitewash, right?
No.
It is small decisions that need to be tweaked, maybe comps, but I think if they played this exact set out again, you'd never see these results
you have
exactly
completely
the same.
the opposite results.
Right.
It's insane.
Agreed. So, guys, just a heads up, we're getting to the next match here. We've got another game that starts in roughly 37 minutes. So this is going to finish up perfectly on time. We're going to have a interview with the winning team, and then there'll probably only be about 10 minutes to wait until we get the next match sorted.
Yeah, and so here we go. Adelaide coming out, trying to take control. Cozy and Liam ganging up.
2v1, but unfortunately Cozy didn't help out finish what happened there. Two of them have gone down, and
Sydney with a quick score.
Sydney have started off low, getting those clams, beautiful, and manages to escape. No, gets taken out by Yoshiko.
So
Did
50.
the right thing. A 50 push on Snapper is a good push.
It is. We did see last week the quick knockout from the New Zealand Rush after Ness picked up that triple, but
right, it can be a 1-0, 100-0 in one push. Right.
Yeah, it's a nice open map, so those types of things are possible.
I feel like Liam is getting into this. I think that he knows that what's on stake.
Well, 3 down on Sydney now. Here's Adelaide's chance to take this lead back.
There's 4 clams sitting in the middle there. Look, we've got
Clams
multiple different
pouring in.
directions coming in. The lead, the 50 push instantly. The backup from Ladius knows that she...
Liam coming with more clams. They're down to 44.
Low
Cozy.
doing an amazing job. Dodging. Oh, another power clam comes in from Adelaide Revenge.
They're down to 24. This is the response we want to see from Adelaide after that first game.
Right.
But huge amount of time left in this one. Only a minute and a half gone, so... Fast scoring, fast-paced game.
Hey, Cookie coming out with another response, gets a kill, stays safe. Unfortunately, no one's really there to help out. Lowe's going to try and throw, but it was a bit too predictable. Had 3 streams of fire on him straight away.
And you see Ladius now taking control of this area with that charger, pushing everyone back.
Right.
Adelaide trying to paint up, get specials, get ready for another push. They have the pity clam, and Sydney didn't add any points to their total, so a good result for Adelaide.
You got to be careful about those rush pushes. Cookie coming out, trying to throw the clam out too quickly. Now we see this stalemate kind of come out. 3 down either team. A pick's been happened, but they just got to wait for clams to spawn, and there's no need to go that aggressive until some clams are on the map.
Yep. Yeah, if you look at the clam economy, it's 12 to 15, very even game at the moment.
Gio trying to push out Ladius. Ladius escapes. Not enough pressure put on Ladius there. But he transitions over to the side, gets a Yosh kill. That's still an X taking out an X. That's a good trade. 2 top tier players being dropped.
Sydney trying to use that momentum to start to push. The Booyah comes out.
Oh, but the bombs instantly to stop Gio from running in straight after. A very good defense coming out from Adelaide there.
Liam goes down to Gio. Gio being very patient on this push. Spots Yosh, but gets taken out.
Unfortunately, 2 bullets earlier needed to take that out so he could transition to someone else. Ladius showing how important defense is for Clan Blitz as well, and that charges are still relevant in this rush comp.
But Sydney 3 down, Gio just respawning, taking mid. So that push is over. Down to 39 points, so we're getting closer and closer, these 2 teams.
They're just chipping it down. No hectic pushes. There's no one that's getting wiped completely. Everyone's just dropping 1 or 2, and then they're capitalizing instantly.
Yosh coming out with the bubbles, trying to pressure Gio. Goes to the Booyah.
Ooh, Liam seeing two people with armor over the side decides to back off, probably for the best. No one's coming to fight him on Snipe, so there's no need for him to even take that fight.
Yeah, I mean, Adelaide in the position where they've got the lead, so they can afford to do this. But
Cookie starting, Rain coming in. Cookie not able to get through the ball.
Oh, it's gone in the water.
This is dire for Sydney. Sydney need to manage to get one in. It's not enough. It got through their penalty, but then no one else is there to follow up.
They've got another ball, but I don't think they've got anyone in position.
So it looks like we might get an overtime out of this minimum.
Yeah, they've given Adelaide a ball as well. They've got
one ball dropped into the water. It's a ball apiece.
Are they throwing them away, or
I don't know.
Get splattered over there.
I don't know.
Cookie's done a really good job of
jumps coming in. Where is that jump going in? It is. Yoshiko has swum around, gone around the backhand side, coming out with bubbles now. Instantly popped.
They threw their penalty.
Bomb in the bottles.
Cozy comes in to add to that. They can knock this out. Time runs out anyway. Well Adelaide has won, and we are going to...
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Sorry for your overexcitement. I thought that you were saying Adelaide had won everything.
No. They won that, and we're going to a Game 9.
We're going to a Game 9! We have some Game 9 hype coming up for you guys. This is awesome. This is what we live for. This is what I wake up at 8 a.m. for, hoping that we get. Game 9, guys. I cannot spam this air horn enough. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
We need one final map to come out from... Who will be picking it? Sydney will be picking it.
Sydney will be picking the map, so... maybe it was a map thing, but still very close game. I don't even know what maps are left in the Clan Blitz map pool, but is there another map that sort of has that where they can separate Cerberus, as we call them?
Right. Well, I think Camp Triggerfish was definitely the map to separate Cerberus, right?
Yep.
Other maps involve, what were the bands again? The bands were quite small maps and single maps, which makes sense.
Yeah, it was.
I think that would work to Adelaide's favour.
Muscle Forge and the Reef were banned.
I think you want to see a new Albacore. I think you want to see a...
Let me try and pull up our pool.
What maps that they actually have to pick from. Otherwise, I'm just going to say Moray Clams.
You're just going to keep saying
big maps
until all the maps that aren't in the pool. Hang on. So... Clam Blitz. So we had Triggerfish, there's Humpback, Mako Mart. New Albacore Hotel is on there. Starfish Main Stage.
Yeah.
Which could be useful for flanks around the mid there.
You know what I'm calling? I'm calling Mako Mart. I think a Mako Mart with Sydney rushing down that middle there. I don't think Adelaide will know what hit him.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. Definitely. A lot of the other ones are still sort of Charger friendly.
Wahoo World and Walleye, yep, very Charger. Don't bring Gladius back to the Reef. We all knew what happened last time. We can't have that going.
So, map selection has come in. The subs are happening as we speak. And we are going to be playing Clam Blitz to win this match on Starfish Main Stage.
Oh, all right. This is still quite a Charger-friendly map, but that snipe location gets quite overtaken really quickly. It's a small area. Bombs can go on it, and then you can swim behind it. Yep. So once the push has started, you have to stay back and spawn if you want to Charger from there. And I still think this allows Cerberus to run around, which is the three-headed angry dog that we're referring to as the shooter section for Adelaide Revenge.
Yeah, I'm just expecting to see a lot of flanking by Sydney using the wide areas of the map here to try and get around Adelaide. Definitely from players like Skitter, trying to use that to their advantage. But we'll see what happens. This could go either way. I just want to call out, guys, we've just hit 150 viewers concurrently on a Game 9 hype. I mean, I think it just, people, Splatoon players, as soon as they hear Game 9, even when they're not watching, they're just like, something in my life needs to happen, and they'll log on and come have a look at what we're doing here.
Look, guys, I appreciate the follows. I appreciate any retweets to get people in for this Game 9. We're trying to get as big as we can, get partner status, so we can really come at you with some more awesome Splatoon content.
A very interesting substitution has occurred with Latius checking out and Biscuit checking in.
Hey!
So interesting strategy here from Adelaide, maybe looking at more of
that ball point in the middle of it. I agree.
Could also be good to give beacon placements up in the attics.
Mm-hmm.
So very interesting substitution. We saw Latius sort of dominate through the splat zones. Still pretty solid in Clan Blitz.
Half-Blood Martha had already called that out. Latius is definitely not playing this.
Here we go.
Some inside scoop there from a good friend of Latius's there.
And a good friend of ours.
Good friend. It was great to see you, Half-Blood. I hope you're doing well. We hope when these restrictions come back that you come back to WA. Okay, our final match, guys. Game 9. Sydney Endeavour versus the Adelaide Revenge. This has been such a close game between both squads. Really a Melbourne-Sydney. There's been no easy win for Sydney throughout any of these maps.
And we see Biscuit come out with the Dynamo. So interesting there going with the Booyah Bomb. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, it's a Dynamo, not even a ballpoint. A ballpoint's great to rush down to find it. It's a very long map and it gives a lot of room for people to swim through.
Yeah, maybe using that Dynamo in the tall sections of the map just to give the coverage around. We'll see if that pays off. As
Yoshiko going for a flick on Skidder. Skidder checking out at that moment there. Yoshiko being taken out with jumps coming in from Geo.
And now, if I was Sydney, as soon as I got that Yosh pick, I'm going because they don't have that Latius backup anymore. So
yeah, well, that first first minute for the game, you don't get a lot of clams.
No, that's right. But
so that push is never massive, but they managed to get 20 clams together. Liam walking into a 2v1, Geo taking out a 2, going for a triple. Manages to begin that push. I think that was a clutch play coming out from Geo when Sydney really needed it.
Cookie again starting to push. Geo's going to come in, score in the other power clam.
60
down
points.
To 60.
Booyah Bomb coming out to extend that lead. Yoshiko being taken
Low
down.
Coming with more. Down to 42 already.
3 clams. Now Adelaide are going to be scared about this. Biscuit trying to figure out how do I get into this game. They've got 6 more clams, but the basket has closed. So that was a 58 push, which is pretty big for this map.
And they've still got control of mid, and they've still got another power clam. So
another 22 clams. This is going to be a back-to-back push. Geo getting his first. We just need 1 more down, and this will be a push for the ages. There you go, Biscuit taken down. Cozzy trying to stay alive.
Cookie managed to get that power clam in. They're down to 25. They're wiped though. This is Adelaide's chance to take back map control.
Right.
Take a deep breath. Get going. They need to do something very quickly if they're going to come back here.
We need Wii Fit Trainer in this to just give them the zen. Take a deep breath and come back stronger than ever. This is the last match. If Adelaide don't come together now, they're going to drop all these other games. All this impressive splat zone was for nothing.
As Yosh uses the bubbles to come in, Cozzy going to score the clam, but not much follow-up. Biscuit's holding the clam in the middle, gets taken out by Skidder. Sydney looking pretty dominant so far.
It looked like the beginning of a good push, but it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to.
Skidder going up to the snipe, picks out Biscuit. Low going to score. Dynamo gets
a little bit rushed there, ready for it. The splashdowns are coming out ever.
Down to
8 points game! That is it. Sydney taking out the final match, the Game 9. Clam Blitz.
And that was a blitz.
That's what they wanted, right? They wanted to kind of break this apart, make the Cerberus detach themselves from each other, so that they could. Look, the kills were pretty even. Geo showing.
Yeah, Geo was pretty important in that game. Lots of picks there, initiating those pushes. The number of times Cookie is the one to throw that first power clam in is insane. Every time the push goes, it's just like Cookie.
I think the CDS is good to throw the first clam in because it has the most mobility straight after, right? Yeah, and then you have multiple people looking at that CDS and then someone else can come in.
Yeah.
And multiple times we saw Cookie throw that first clam in and then was able to stay alive.
Yeah, definitely. That was impressive stuff there.
Right. Absolutely. Now, we're going to hear from two of these players.
Yeah, I should probably organise that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm thinking we haven't heard from Gio. I'd like to bring Gio in. And who else do you think? We'll see who's available.
Yeah, let's just... As long as we get one person in, we'll be good.
Cracker of a match, guys. That was awesome to see. Great job to both teams. If we get quality like that every single stream, I'm going to be a happy man. Checker's going to be a happy man. He doesn't take much to make him happy. Just some good Splatoon and some Game 9 hypes. Okay, guys. After this, after this interview, we're going to take a short break for about maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Which we'll get into our next match, which is New Zealand Rush versus Melbourne Maelstrom. And that's going to be an absolute clanger as well. We've got two teams. We're going to see the beginning of Slook from the New Zealand Rush,
yes.
And I really look to see how his mechanical play and his leadership, his in-game calls, is just going to direct the team.
Yep.
And Melbourne Maelstrom coming off a win. We'll see how they actually react and see if they can keep up that momentum.
Yep. So we should make our way into the interview room.
Right. Where we have two people waiting to come join us.
So it's Gio and it's Cookie.
That's Cookie?
Yep. So we'll just drag them up. So we've got Gio and we've got Cookie from Sydney Endeavour. Welcome. Welcome.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Hello.
Guys, what a great push. Now, I want to start... you never really lost the game by a lot, right?
No.
Yeah.
And I feel those Splat Zone games, it's demoralising to go 3-0. And Adelaide were just coming at you with everything they got. Why Clan Blitz? And what did you do in that last set to differentiate yourself and come out on top?
We just didn't want to play against Charger.
Yeah. Clem's just the Charger counter, especially Starfish for the last map. We picked Starfish so that we didn't have to face the Charger.
Mm-hmm.
Less pressure on us, and we just had more free reign to do what we needed to do.
Okay, and we saw that didn't pan out too well for the second match where Adelaide took Snapper, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, Snapper.
Were you expecting the Charger pick to come out there, or what was the play to try and take that one out?
We didn't look the Charger. We were expecting it, but we just didn't have like the tools. We didn't know what to do against it really, which is why we relied on the map to like.
In limbo,
You know.
we didn't know when to push, and we didn't know when to play passive, so we just played passive.
Right.
Yeah.
The Charger got the shots.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, no, we noticed no one really went around to try and deal with that because it's threatening at the best of times. No, I totally get it.
So what do you guys think is, what modes do you guys want to play? Is it just Clan Blitz because of the Charger, or do you think Clan Blitz is going to help you guys out in future rounds?
We thought we'd do well in zones because we're like our team's kind of pretty fire at zones, but that pretty much backfired. So we thought we'd flip it around and play the most mobile mode. I think that's how it went.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
We like zones.
So you saw the what we've been referring to this match as Cerberus, which was the not Latius but the three others, the Yoshiko, Liam, and Kozi, working together, and that they stuck together for most of those matches together. Did you find that pressure was a bit overwhelming? Did you figure out ways to pick them apart?
Especially Yosh.
Mm-hmm.
He's incredibly scary. I had no idea how to face it. Her shots were so accurate. We had no
I just
idea
ran
what to
away
do
and
about
shot at
it,
her.
Yeah.
Like if you can't, as a CDS, if you can't win a fight, you just wait for Geo to swoop in and then you help Geo.
Yeah,
Right.
It was kind of like the counterplay to that was kind of to run like Cape Pro. So like I had the range to do things and pick them off from a distance without having to like run up to them.
If you stay as a group like they did, you have both the firepower, but then you're also in a group, so bombs will kill you pretty easily. So
Right.
it was a win-lose situation. Like it depended on how they went around the map. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just like, I know that staying in a group had positive and negatives, and we exploited the negatives.
Right. Yeah. No, I felt that as the game progressed, you guys
Adjusted.
got more of that. And just finally, having Skitter as that entry, what's your do you wait for Skitter to start the fight? How do you play around someone as hyper aggressive as Skitter to try and to capitalize on most of these fights?
Skitter just kind of like calls the shots, and
Right.
as soon as like you hear Skitter say "I'm going," it's just like, all right, so Skitter's going, we're all going. And
Yeah,
like,
it's just you kick
once
into
Skitter's
overdrive.
going-
Once Skitter's going in, you're like, oh crap, we have to go now.
Right.
Yeah.
this
Because
is
if you
like-
miss the opportunity, then the push is kind of over. So you need to go in.
And do you think the CDS and the K Pro, are easier to support Skitter because then you don't have to be right up
right
next
to it,
to them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier because we can support from a distance
Okay.
without having to like fight right
I
up
was-
in their faces.
So
I
that
was
was
contemplating playing K-Shot at some point, but I was like, no, CDS is pretty good for helping Skid out.
Yep.
yeah, I agree. That was a deliberate choice on your behalf.
Yeah,
Just-
and also I'm the CDS man, so
And we saw some awesome battles come out from you and Kozzy. What was when you go and try and take out Kozzy, knowing he's another CDS main as well? Do you enjoy those 1v1s? How do you try and get an upper hand on him?
okay, so I've got the same range, he's got the same fire rate, and he has the same maneuverability.
Yep.
And I don't know if the other CDS is better or worse than me.
Yep.
So I usually just kind of approached Cozy, and then if he started to put up a bit of a fight and got damage on me, I'd go back and help someone else because I could leave Cozy alone for now. At some points I'd have to go right in his face, and I think he was way better at long range than he was when I was up close and personal.
Okay. All right. That's an interesting call out. No, I think it's a smart play managing to escape there.
Yeah.
Guys, congratulations. That's awesome. That's your first win after 18 games that you've played so far of just close games. So congratulations,
Yeah.
guys. You must be feeling over the moon.
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
Thank you.
And thank
oh,
you to the study time server who were cheering me on. It's a different server.
okay.
They're all. I could just see the general chat going, "Yeah, let's go, Cookie."
so what do you think? Just finally, what do you guys think you got to work on for next week?
I'll let you take that
Coordination,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Coordination.
just like a lot of the times Skitter would go, and sometimes we were still too slow to catch up to them, and that's why like Skitter would go down straight away, and our pushes would be like really bad because we
Right.
weren't quick enough to go with them. We just need to work on being faster and going with Skitter.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I did notice on like Schellendorf, you didn't quite know when to push in because you didn't know how capable the other team was at spiting
Yeah.
you. So I think coordinating a big push was the issue there. So yeah, I'd agree with Gio there.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. That was Gio and Cookie from the Sydney Endeavour. We're going to take a very short break,
We
a
are.
few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to get into our next match, New Zealand and Melbourne.
Oh yeah.
All right, thanks, guys.
It's going to be really good. Thanks,
Thank
guys. Enjoy the rest of your day and make sure you watch the next match to get some
We
intel.
will.
Of course. Enjoy
Thanks,
yourselves,
guys. Yeah, see ya. All right, team, we're going to go into our standby mode. We're going to grab a drink, take a little break, but we're only gone for about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And then we're back. So stick around, tweet about the next match, and let's get some more people in here.
Let's do it.